And here's what we're doing. We're sharing our quotations, okay? And then I have some questions for you that deal with that. And I'll just do a little introduction. Okay, good writing has the power to leave us speechless. These are not my words. Sometimes all it takes is a single line, a memorable maneuvering of a few words, and they're etched in our consciousness forever. These words have the ability to inspire and enlighten, but the best ones also tend to evoke the deep connection, making particularly effective pieces of literature feel like long-life friends. Often these powerful quotes act as a window into the human experience that causes us to reflect on self-discovery, freedom, love, and loss. The complexity of human life is not easily captured or conveyed, but these quotes by authors from different genres and eras showcase their awe-inspiring abilities to convey raw emotions, elicit deep empathy, and truly stir the soul. So I'm hoping today your soul will be stirred, okay? Okay, I think with that, I'm just gonna let you start. Okay, so share your quotes. You all brought them, didn't you bring them? Well, that's it. Helene's got them. Oh, no, we're doing it at the table. Yeah. All right, so at your table, if you want to quote, if maybe you have one in your head, I always have one in my head, and I'm going to start you off, but we're not doing it for the whole group, okay? No? You're supposed to have brought it with you, but if not, just to assign you a number and a color. It's a mystery of life. I'm going to start off just with a quote from Felix Adler. Folks, if I could just have your attention. Anybody still need a quote, a quotation to have and share with other people at the table? If you did not come with one, by all means, I'll give you one through Helene. Okay, and finally, Felix Adler, the unique personality, which is the real life in me, I cannot gain unless I search for the real life, the spiritual quality in others. So hopefully the sharing also will bring out more of that. Yes? You can't just go with it? Okay, then I'll give you the questions ahead of time. All right, why did you select this quote? That's what people want guidance, okay? So these are some questions that you can tell your friends. Why did you select this quote? What did you take away from it? When, what time in your life, what period in your life did it come to you? Okay, like for instance, mine that I'll maybe share later is college, okay, and it stuck with me ever since, and it was profound. Where, under what circumstance? High school, college, was it a transition point in your life? When you got married, something a pastor said. Happy point in your life, a sad point? Okay, so, give it some flavor. Who said it? Don't give it away right away, but who said it? Presumably it said something you needed to hear, so you could explain that a little bit or go into it. What did it give you? Okay, so the who, what, where, when, if you didn't pick up on that, okay? And why? Okay, good enough? Well, you have like about 20 minutes. So try to make sure that you divide up the time. So you have 2 minutes each, 3 minutes each, starting now. Okay. I thank you. We have a time constraint. That's why we sat in small groups. Okay, so is any group unsatisfied besides one? All right. We have a spokesman. Why don't we come on up? Okay.
Do you want me to say the quote and then explain its meaningfulness to me, or just say the quote?
Yeah, sure. You have a minute, so you can fill in the time. What else? What a reaction you got at the table?
Oh, brother. This was the quote I gave to my table, the table three. Sorry, table three. I said, the quote was, "Love is sacrifice. You wake up every morning. Your job is to wake up every morning and give it away." And yeah, I explained it to me. It kind of, you have to like perceive love as like a resource that you generate yourself every day, in the morning, at night, whenever you can, and you make the choice to take that part of yourself and give it away to somebody every day. It's your job to that's your job in order to live a fulfilling life. And everybody liked it, at least at my table. Yeah. I saw it in a video essay. Thank you.
So good morning. At our table, I shared this quote. It comes from in college I was a history and an English major, and one of my favorite books was Saul Bellows' Henderson the Rain King. And in that book, he uses this line, "Truth comes in blows." And we thought as a table, and I have thought as an individual all these years, that you learn from adversity in your life, and those lessons are very valuable. It helps you to move forward, and we found that together as very instructive.
Let's hear it for table number 3. Hip, hip, hooray. This is a poem, actually. It's from the Bhagavad Gita, which is a Hindu book, so it's a little bit long. No. Okay. Oh, this book you mean? Oh. This is a book, Look to This Day, which I had put together many, many years ago. It's no longer in print. You could steal it. Look to this day, for it is life, the very life of life. In its brief course lie all the varieties and realities of your existence, the bliss of growth, the glory of action, the splendor of beauty. For yesterday is but a dream, and tomorrow is only a vision. But today, well lived, makes every yesterday a dream of happiness, and every tomorrow a vision of hope.
Okay, this is some Chinese wisdom by Deng Ming Dao. I'm going to read a little passage first and then the actual quote so it puts it in the framework. There was an old man who began an orchard upon his retirement. Everyone laughed at him. Why plant trees? They told him he would never live to see a mature crop. Undaunted, he planted anyway. And he has seen them blossom and has eaten their fruit. We all need that type of optimism. That is the innocence and hope of childhood. Clearing blue sky, a promise in bare branches. In winter, there are sunny days. In adulthood, childhood can return.
I've heard Lorraine read that in the original Chinese, and it's even more beautiful. so, so at our table, those of us of a certain age are occasionally seized by the existential angst of life not being forever. So I have actually two quotes. One is, do you want me to tell you the quote and see if you can guess who it is, or just tell you who it is? Can you hear me? Yeah. So the first quote, well, I'll just tell you, this was Mark Twain. He said, "I do not fear death. I was dead for billions and billions of years before I was born, and I didn't suffer the slightest inconvenience from it." So, and then the next is actually from an obituary that was in the Times. I was telling my table that I find this the best journalism in the Times, the obituaries. And this was a few years ago. A fellow in his mid-70s had died. He was not really a remarkable person. He had started out, he had gone to Harvard and had grand expectations, was going to go to law school, but after college went to Europe and was kind of bumming around and came in the thrall, under the thrall of a woodworker, an artisanal woodworker, where he became an apprentice and learned how to do beautiful woodworking, and he decided to devote his life to woodworking. He came back to the United States, set up a little shop in New Hampshire, very simple, and he would do only 2 or 3 things a year on consignment because he was meticulous. Money had no importance to him. He was just meticulous about his art. In his 70s, he received a diagnosis of ALS, right, which is Lou Gehrig's disease. You're all familiar. So his friend asked him if he felt particularly better that his was a skill that required working with his hands, and he was becoming paralyzed. How did he deal with that? And his response was, "I've lived an interesting life. I'm not a young man, and everyone has to die of something." And the simple dignity and strength of that just inspired me. So helps me to deal with my existential angst.
And now we'd like to hear from those who are on Zoom. I'm going to, group 1, we would love to hear from you. Whoever is representing group 1? Is someone raising their hand from group 1? Okay, from group 2.
I don't think we know what group we were in.
Okay, so I'm going to ask, there are going to be 3 people. One person, please share your quote or share the inspiring words. Is there a hand coming up now? No one's coming. Oh, well, here we go. Here we go. Wayne, thank you. Whew. Wayne, unmute yourself.
Oh, can you hear me now?
Yes, we can.
Yeah, okay. So Al, who was in our group, said, everyone wants to go to heaven, but nobody wants to make the trip.
I can relate to that. All right. Was there anyone else there who would like to share some words with us today? Is there another?
I think,
We're in group 2.
oh, I think Jan had a great quote, but I can't say it because
Mark Twain.
from Mark Twain. Do you remember it, Jan?
Yes, there are 2 days in the year that we cannot do anything about, yesterday and tomorrow.
All right. All right. I'm going to do a final call for Zoom. Was there anything else that someone wanted to share with us this morning? Okay. Ginger, yes, please.
I have a quote from the same group, group 2,
Okay.
which is Mahatma Gandhi. Be the change you wish to see in the world.
Yes, yes, yes. I like the, I like to put this out. Please, Rich, come join me. Um, oh, Wayne has his hand up? Someone
Yeah.
else has it?
Yeah.
Go ahead, Wayne.
So I offered the secular version of what's called the Serenity Prayer. Grant me the serenity to accept what I cannot change, the courage to change what I can, and the wisdom to know the difference. I've always found that to be a comforting way of looking at things, and it's part of the foundation of Stoicism.
I like. I was given a quote, and I really like this. It's one small positive thought can change your entire day. So let us keep that in mind. So I bring Rich back to the podium.
Those are great closing words.
Yes, those were great. What I'd like for you, this is yours.
All right, I just wanted to read mine. It exposes my vulnerability as a college student. Not really. If a man does not keep pace with his companions, perhaps it is because he hears a different drummer. Let him step to the music he hears, however measured or far away. Who said it? Henry David Thoreau, Walden, 1854.